They say every picture tells a story, and this one is no exception. It shows two men in what appears to be a heated discussion. The man with his hand raised looks angry while the other keeps calm, but their body language speaks volumes. This is not just another argument. This picture is worth 1 million. And here's why. Hello, and welcome back to the channel where we bring you the most interesting and mysterious crime stories. Today's story might just leave you shocked. Join us as we delve into the details of an unusual legal case that has people talking. A photo taken at the scene of a crime has sold for a whopping $1 million. Yes, you heard it right. A picture taken by an amateur photographer at the scene of a crime has fetched a hefty sum of money. But why? What makes this photograph so valuable? Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. On January 23, 1964, an estimated crowd of around 3,000 people gathered outside the Los Angeles County Hall of Records, waiting to get a glimpse of the Chamberlain family. Millions more tuned in on radio and television as they waited for the verdict of a trial that had captured the nation's attention. Inside the courtroom, the atmosphere was tense. Everyone was eager to hear the decision that would determine the fate of two men whose lives were hanging in the balance. But who were these men and what had they been accused of? The first man was Jack Ruby, a notorious nightclub owner from Dallas, Texas. He was known for his shady dealings and connections to organized crime. Ruby had a reputation for being unpredictable and volatile, a trait that would soon become all too evident. On November 24, 1963, Ruby's life took a dramatic turn when he fatally shot Lee Harvey Oswald, the man accused of assassinating President John F. Kennedy just 2 days prior. The shooting of Oswald sent shockwaves across the country and thrust Ruby into the national spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The second man in the courtroom was actually a prosecutor, a representative of the state aiming to seek justice for the fallen president. His name was Henry Wade, and he had the daunting task of proving Ruby's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. The pressure was immense as everyone wanted justice for President Kennedy, but few could have predicted what happened next. As the jury deliberated, the tension in the courtroom was palpable. Everyone was on the edge of their seats waiting for the verdict. When the jury finally returned with their decision, it was not what many had expected. They found Ruby guilty of murdering Oswald, but the sentence was left up to the judge. As the judge read out the verdict, the weight of the nation's expectations bore down on Ruby. He was sentenced to death by electric chair. But as the news of the verdict spread, a sense of relief seemed to wash over the crowd outside the courthouse. For many, this moment felt like a semblance of justice for the beloved president who had been taken away too soon. On February 14, 1964, exactly 1 month after the fateful shooting, Jack Ruby met his demise in the death chamber at Ellis Unit of the Texas State Penitentiary in Huntsville. The electric chair was prepared, the witnesses were in place, and Ruby was led into the room. As the events unfolded, a sense of finality seemed to settle over the nation. Many listened intently on their radios, their imaginations painting a vivid picture of the scene. Although they couldn't see it, they could feel the intensity of the moment. And amidst all this, a young photographer named Bob Jackson found himself at the courthouse, capturing a moment in time that would later be worth $1 million. The image he captured was not of the execution itself, but of the aftermath. It was a picture of Henry Wade, the prosecutor, and a bailiff walking away from the courthouse. The picture was taken moments after the announcement of Ruby's execution. Why did the picture sell for such a high amount? The answer lies in the historical significance of the event and the rarity of such photographs. The assassination of President Kennedy was one of the most traumatic events in American history, and Ruby's actions only added to the drama. The trial and execution were followed closely by the media, but photographs of the actual event were hard to come by. This made the images even more valuable to collectors and enthusiasts. The picture of Wade and the bailiff became a symbol of the ordeal, encapsulating the weight of the case and the gravity of the situation. It was a tangible piece of history that allowed people to connect with a significant moment in a more personal way. The fact that it was captured by an amateur photographer added to its charm. It wasn't a staged or professional shot, but a candid moment that felt raw and authentic. When the picture hit the auction block, it attracted a lot of attention. Collectors and enthusiasts from all over the world were eager to own a piece of history. The bidding started off slow, but as the auctioneer called out higher and higher numbers, the excitement in the room grew palpable. There were gasps, whispers, and nods of admiration as each new bid exceeded the last. But who was the eventual buyer? As the auction drew to a close, a man in the crowd raised his paddle. He was the winner, having successfully bid $1 million for the photograph. But who was this mysterious buyer, and why did he pay such a hefty sum? Unfortunately, the buyer's identity remains unknown, adding another layer of mystery to the already intriguing tale. Perhaps he was a history buff, someone who saw the value of the photograph and wanted to preserve it for future generations. Maybe he was a collector looking to add a rare and valuable piece to his collection. Or maybe he was simply someone who had been captivated by the story and wanted to own a piece of it. Whatever his motivation, he got himself a truly unique item. The photograph is not just a picture, it's a window into a significant moment in history. It allows us to revisit a time of national tragedy and reflection, and to connect with an event that shaped the course of American history. If you're interested in purchasing historical photographs or other unique items, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, it's important to do your research and find a reputable dealer or auction house. Look for experts who specialize in historical items and have a proven track record. They can help you authenticate the item and provide valuable insights into its history. Next, be prepared to invest. Historical photographs can be quite expensive, especially if they are rare or in high demand. Set a budget and stick to it, but be prepared to potentially spend more if you find a truly unique item. Finally, consider the condition of the item. Is it framed or matted? Are there any tears, stains, or other damage? The condition of the item can significantly impact its value, so be sure to examine it carefully before making a purchase. Now let's move on to the next part of the video. Do you think the picture is worth $1 million? Why or why not? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We would love to hear your opinion. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. What about this $1 million picture? Does it deserve such a high price tag, or do you think it's overpriced? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to drop them in the comments section below. If you found this video interesting, hit that like button and share it with your friends. Your support means everything to us. Subscribe for more captivating content and click the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.